just don't make no fucking sense. And welcome to another episode of That's Debatable. My name is Ryan Dietrich, here with my co-host Will Ward and Jeremiah Bays. As always, not really co-hosts, they're the hosts. I'm the voice of reason, the man behind the desk, or to the side of the desk today anyway. Welcome in, fam. This is episode 30. Believe it or not.
30.
Wardell.
Good old 30 weeks at this.
What's up, people?
Episode 30
Boys, get
on
in,
Sunday evening didn't go well for Mr. Wardell, but yeah, he gave up that big comeback to Luka and the boys. Luka went crazy.
Well, they go on 25-2 run.
Yeah.
Crazy.
30.
Yeah. Couldn't buy a shot. But we'll get into that later. Shout out to the Warriors. Episode 30.
Shout out to the Mavericks and Luka.
Yeah, they are on a tear right now. One of the top teams in the league since like the start of this year. Luka back in shape. Luka been balling.
Yeah, Memphis was. Hey, we'll get to the NBA in just a minute. Let me look at that real quick. 7-3 over their last 10. 13 games back of the Suns. So,
Nobody's catching Phoenix.
yeah, no way. So anyway, what's good, fam? We are live. How was your boys' weekend? What's going on? Anything hot and interesting?
Over the weekend I spent my time in Dayton, Ohio, home of the Flyers, home of the slam dunk champion of the weakest slam dunk contest. Wow. But I was in Dayton over the weekend. Shout out to my little nephew, Boogie, man. He just turned 12. Went out there to go to Jurassic Quest, spend time with the kids.
What's Jurassic Quest?
It's like the little type of dinosaur museum that they got out there in Dayton.
Sweet.
Yeah.
kind of see.
They took the kids swimming and stuff. A little road trip getaway.
Nice.
Might have went well, might have not. That's debatable, but it's all good. Love, family.
You got out of town.
Cherish those moments.
Yeah, dude, right. Get out of town. Go do something different.
Yeah.
Good for the soul. As you can see.
Young bull growing up.
That's good. It's going to take a while. I'm still growing up.
You all still growing, man.
Learn.
That's the beauty of life. You get to live and learn and keep growing,
Heck, yeah.
But as for me, my weekend was kind of rest and relaxation a little bit. Spent the Saturday inside of a gym. My youngest boy, he had a tournament. They were finishing up their season. Then they went on, that was the play-ins to see where their seating would be on Saturday. And then they got to Sunday and unfortunately got eliminated in the first round. It was kind of amazing because they played a team out of Camp McKinley. Them boys came in there ready to play, but my son's team, they hadn't really lost. They in 3 years they've been growing and playing together with the same team, and this was the last tournament for them, and they ended up going like 70-5 or something crazy, only losing inside of tournament games. But overall, it was a good season for the boys, and it's good to see those kids grow up together and get ready for their next quest, 7th grade ball. So that was about it for my weekend, man.
You say 70-5?
And they were like 70-5, yeah.
This year?
Well, no, not this year. Over the last 3 years. Yeah, as they played. They played probably about 25
basketball
games. Yeah, basketball, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
and they
dope.
went really well. They're going to pretty much the farm team for what's going to be Bradley, Hilliard Bradley. So these are the 6th graders. I got another son. He's going to be actually a freshman this coming up year. So
cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's I love that time as a kid. We did some traveling team from like 2nd grade on. And some of the kids I played with for those 8 years are still some of my best friends, and we still talk a lot. So actually, shout out Scotty Gullion, one of my longtime friends, kid I used to ball with. He high school basketball coaching actually like the rivals we grew up against over in Scottsbluff, and he's taking them to the state championship or a state tournament anyway.
That's what's up, man.
They're stacked. He's a good coach. So yeah, always cool to see that have some success. And we've been talking about high school hoops are obviously going on. It's district, sectional, state tournament time.
Oh, yeah.
And so getting my feet wet and kind of understanding the Ohio State basketball tournament and how crazy and ridiculous it is. Working some of the Southwest district sectional tournaments, that's just like 1/8 of the entire state. And there's, 6 different brackets, and each bracket has like 15 teams. And it's, me coming from western Nebraska, there's 8 high schools in the west half of the state, basically. Like, the state, it's just a completely different animal out here in Ohio, and the quality of basketball is outrageous. There's, over the last Thursday, I got to go do some play-by-play for Purcell Marion. They're out of Cincinnati, girls basketball team, and they've got the top freshman in the country, Dee Alexander. We've talked about her on the show before, but, just watching, she's just a freshman, and
Lyndon
got 25 D1 offers already. She can just ball. So, it's awesome to see the young talent around here, and it's just totally a different level of anything I grew up with. The Nebraska state tournaments, man. It's just, but a state with, Nebraska has like 3 million people in it versus the state of Ohio, like, so population to schools, competitiveness, resources, young coaches, all those things. It's just completely different. So it's been really interesting for me on my end to get a little bit of experience, like, this is why I've always heard about Ohio being a basketball pipeline, like ground zero for hoops around the country. This is where some of the best basketball players in the world come from. So it's been cool. I've enjoyed it. But yeah, definitely just a little bit different for me and where I grew up anyway. Yeah. So that's what I got on that.
High school hoops. Got some people from the city still alive in the tourney.
Oh, yeah. Give a quick rundown of them. You got DeSales is going to be taking on Beechcroft. Waterson's going to be taking on Linda McKinley. Grove City versus St. Charles. No, that's not a city team, but Grove City versus St. Charles. Reynoldsburg versus Pick North. Pick Central is going to be taking on Delaware Hayes. And Ellington versus Afrocentric. So that's just
Linden got Beechcroft?
Linden has Waterson that day.
Who got Beechcroft?
Beechcroft is going to be playing DeSales.
Okay, yeah. Beechcroft is going crazy. Eastmore, unfortunately, did just lose over the weekend on Saturday, 50-54. A little heartbreaker. Good round, boys. That man Asaro was balling.
50-54.
Yeah.
You know, while we here, want
I
to
think
give
he
a couple
dropped 40 last week. I want to say he dropped 40 last week, and they win.
Give a couple shout outs to the all districts team from Central Ohio, a couple of Division Ones. You got Drake Carter out of Westerville South, Quinn Corner out of Upper Arlington, Cooper Davis out of Olentangy Liberty, Sean Jones, the phenom Sean Jones over there in Gahanna. Shout out to Cade Norris at Bradley, Devin Royal at Pick Central, and AJ Sheldon at Dublin Kaufman. Then the second team got Javen Simmons. Just want to give him a quick shout out. Third team, my guy Rob Dorsey over at Northland. Then in Division II, Monty Lyles over at Beechcroft. And
He's been balling all year.
Layson Walker at Linden. My young boy JJ Simmons got second team over at Beechcroft. And LB Towns over at Linden also. So, hey, congrats to those guys. Because the list is many more. If you want to check out the list, go to 270 Hoops. The all-district team is there. So, congratulations to those gentlemen. And keep on balling for those ones that's in the tournament still. Like I said, the guys from Beechcroft, Monty Lyles, JJ Simmons. Guys, keep balling, man.
I like it. What about Bishop Hartley? About your two alma maters, how they doing? Any idea?
They just lost to Linden. Isn't that who Linden beat? Hold on. Go back to that.
It sounds about right.
Yeah, Bishop Hartley lost to Linden 55-63. That's the school I wanted to go to. I played on their football field before they ever did. Me and my brothers. Yeah, the year they got their turf before the school actually was able to play on that. Yeah, we used to hop the gate.
Oh, yeah. Always.
Hey, my man, Monty Lyles, he also got a Player of the Year in that Division II.
Nice.
So, those boys over there balling at Beechcroft. Good luck to them tomorrow versus DeSales.
For real. Get it done, young men.
That's our high school hoops wrap up.
Yeah, a little bit of high school hoops. Let's see.
Maybe we could get somebody on from 270. The schedule's crazy, though.
Yo. I was actually thinking, a good friend of mine, we have the same birthday. I was born like 6 hours before him, and he grew up 2 houses down from me. He's actually been invited to the World's Strongest Man competition on a couple occasions. And was... So anyway, I was thinking maybe we get him on, figure out what powerlifting's about.
Sound like a plan, man.
So, expand our network, see what kind of things we can find.
For sure.
Let me see. Real quick. Over the weekend, let's see, yesterday, we're trying to remember. Yesterday was Sunday, so for the Score on Air Networks through the Ohio Media School, we went down to the Ice House at Nationwide Arena and broadcast the Capital Hockey Conference District semifinals. The Olentangy Liberty Patriots knocked off St. Charles Cardinals 2-0, and then the Upper Arlington Bears took it to Thomas Worthington Cardinals 8-0. So those two will meet on Saturday, March 5th. It'll be at 2 p.m. That broadcast will be on the Score on Air Network, so you can go to the Score on Air Network YouTube page. I got it right there. So, yeah, 2 top-ranked teams in the Capital Hockey Conference. It should be a good one. High school hockey is a big deal around here. And kind of like we talked about, a lot of talent, a lot of pipeline, for CBJ. They've got some kids programs and things like that. So, should be an excellent high school hockey game. Very good talent. So that will be at the Ice House down at Nationwide Arena Saturday, March 5th. So that was quite a bit of fun. Hockey. Score on air.
Playoffs, man. Playoffs. Everybody's in the playoffs right now.
Dude,
so
right.
It's about to be March Madness start tomorrow.
Everybody but the Lakers.
Hey, man, you never know. They just go on a couple game win streak. Them boys might be right back in it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough though, man. They looking gruesome right now. I don't know what happened to them last night. I kept watching and man, I know at some point it's gonna click back on because if you watched the game before, that was the Dallas versus Golden State and seeing how they came back. But like we said, we'll get to that. Stay tuned for the NBA portion of the show. Don't want to give too much away. That was definitely a hot topic. Those Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
We'll direct it. We'll keep it in Ohio for the moment. Ohio State hoops, college basketball,
Buckeyes.
Playoffs, conference tournaments start next week. We will give a shout out to the Ohio State women, who are the Big Ten Conference champions. They'll be the number 1 seed in the Big Ten tournament. The women start this week. I think they start Wednesday.
Shout out Lady Bucks.
Yep, Lady Bucks. Cruising. So women's Big Ten tournament this week, men's next week. So Ohio State lost yesterday to Maryland 75-60. After Ohio State came off a big win against Illinois on Thursday, 86-83, I believe. Illinois was ranked maybe 11 or 13 at the time, so Ohio State went into Illinois, knocked them off, but then they had to go to Maryland. Tough on the road, tough 2 games, in 3 days. Maryland's not a bad team, so Ohio State takes the L yesterday, but they will close out the season with 3 straight games here at home. The Buckeyes have got Nebraska coming up tomorrow. Nebraska is the worst team in the Big Ten, so the Buckeyes will look to get back on track and take it to the Cornhuskers tomorrow night.
So what they probably looking at like a 10 seed, 9 seed.
At the moment, they're a 6.
Well, they still got the Big Ten tournament to look
but
forward
at the
to.
moment, in the projections, Ohio State's, I think, a 6 seed for the big dance for the March Madness tournament. So we've got 4 Big Ten teams in the top 25. Excuse me, 5. Iowa Hawkeyes, number 24. Ohio State, 23. Illinois, 20. And then you've got the Wisconsin Badgers are ranked number 10. And Wisconsin actually leads the Big Ten Conference at the moment. And then the Purdue Boilermakers at number 8. So, often lauded as the toughest division in college basketball.
I like them Boilermakers, man.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm kind of on the wave.
I'm definitely not against them. They're one of those teams that, I lean on the positive side, the pro side, with a little bit of fandom. I don't have any reason to not like them, so.
Yeah. I mean, naturally, I'm a Tar Heel fan.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
How are the Tar Heels doing?
I don't see them on this list.
I don't think they're having a good season.
Their record ain't the worst, but it's
Not top 25 worthy.
no, not at all. I thought I just seen
Not even
20 and
receiving
8.
any votes.
I want to say they're 20-8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there with Iowa.
Hey Google, say no.
Check them out. So, a little bit of college hoops there. Let's see. Your Gonzaga is still your number 1 seed. Arizona's
You know my
number
coach
2.
is gone, man. We 21-8, and we ain't that bad. We just not in the top 25. So we somewhere. If it's a top 30, we probably around 26, 27.
Those wins must not be notable because you look at number 21 at Texas, they 21-8 too.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
well, ACC must not be any good.
Even Alabama 19-10.
You see any ACC teams in the top 25 other than
That Villanova is 21-7, so those wins must not be that notable for UNC.
Who is Kentucky? Ain't that ACC? Is that
No, they're SEC.
SEC? Okay, cool.
So yeah, your ACC teams in the top 25 would be Duke.
Yeah. Where's Duke? Ain't on here either.
Yeah, they are. They're 4.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's Coach K's last year.
I hope they get bounced in the first round. That'd be awesome. Coach K's last year, punk.
Yeah. No.
Well, that's just me.
I only wanted to see them win the year with Zion, but besides that, I'm not a Duke fan. Not even close. And my guy Roy Williams is up out of there.
Oh, Warehouse Gym and Personal Training Facility. What's up? Shout out for tuning in. One of our proud sponsors of our live broadcast would be the Warehouse Gym. They're located off 1110 Chambers Road in Upper Arlington. Did a couple of reads for them yesterday.
Right on, man.
Yeah, they run a couple ads, so while we're live streaming the hockey games, We had the Warehouse Gym on there.
Shout out to the Warehouse Gym. Like we had a team up, Team Hardbody ENT still coming back and reigning supreme.
There we go.
So, let's go.
Shout out
Summer's around the corner, man. How you?
Yeah. Hey.
Time to trim down.
See, I learned early that I might have a stomach, so I got tatted all over my body.
What? How does that make?
I don't know, man.
What? Did
it's
you get a
mine.
6-pack tattooed?
Right. No, it's a stairway
It's
to
a-
heaven. No, seriously, it's the
It
stairway
takes
to
away
heaven
from
on my
it. You
stomach.
know what I mean? If you got the keg, you got a little bit of artwork on it. It takes away from the.
Yeah, can't joke on a guy with tattoos.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. I ain't got no tattoos.
I was started at 16 and probably stopped. I'm not done, but it's just not. I don't get it as often as I used to.
Dude, they're expensive too.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, he's. Well, yeah, I used to kind of be real close to the tattoo guy, so almost.
And that's what
pretty
I've
much
heard
family,
is most
so, yeah.
people that's from what I hear, most people who get tattoos usually like go to the same person, or if they know them, like develop a bond and stuff. So there's some history to it, makes it more personal. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, here's your predictions. Who's going to win the Big Ten tourney? Purdue, Wisconsin's up front right now.
I'm
Illinois.
going with them Boilermakers, man. I'm going with Purdue. If the Buckeyes can't get it done, obviously.
Iowa's got 2 Player of the Year candidates. That'll be a tough, man. That's good. I'm excited for that.
I was.
But they're at 24.
Outside looking in. Yeah.
That's still, I mean, Jaden Ivey and
I like Jay and Ivy. That dunk made me a fan. That I need to get that clip. Nah, but I definitely like Jay and Ivy. I like Purdue. Purdue to make it out the Big Ten this year. I think they've been on fire all year, and they've been at one. They've been one for about a week or two. Early on though,
man, Wisconsin, dude.
Wisconsin always in the hunt. Yeah. It might come down to them too, because I'm sure that'll be what 1 and 2 in the Big Ten. Yeah. So it might come down to them too, unless somebody get upset. Who's more likely to get upset, Purdue or Wisconsin?
Wisconsin for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
So yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There's
Depends on how that bracket falls, which side Ohio State falls on.
right, and that's that's the thing with basketball, especially if you got that one player.
Illinois is the reigning Big Ten champs. You can't count them out either, though.
They still got Kofi Cockburn returning.
Man, that dude is a monster.
He's a monster. We got
Coburn.
Don Samu from them last year. He's a bull. So shout out to him. I remember him going off in the Big Ten tourney. But yeah, they still got that big man down there in that paint. Versatile paint beast, I might say.
Right. And that's the thing, it's the thing with college basketball, like Steph Curry did in the tournament. One player gets hot, they can carry their team through a bracket entirely. So I mean,
Jimmer Fredette.
Yeah, there you go. Even better example.
Yeah, he didn't transfer.
Unlikable.
I remember him with the Kings for a little bit, and then
I think he was with the Kings, the Pelicans. He went overseas. He tried to come back.
Big Three.
Surprised they let him into BYU.
He should be in the Big Three. Jimmer was my guy. I remember it was a shooting like Jimmer was a thing before Steph became the thing. But yeah, Jimmer for that was my guy. I remember he dropped a lot of points overseas, but that's overseas ball.
Yeah, we don't need him. I did forget that Seth Curry and Kyrie.
Yeah,
we saw it on Facebook.
Yeah,
like they were on the same team at Duke. I did not remember that.
Yeah,
for whatever
I didn't know
reason,
that
Seth
either.
Curry seems way younger, but I lose track of time. So I don't know.
Nah, his time in the league's been shorter. It's because his path to the league has been harder. Versus you got a guy who only played 10 games in college, and he's the number 1 overall pick. I think you got a guy who had to
3 or 4 years at Duke, right? And
then
overseas G League, develop whatever.
A lot of G League for the Warriors G League. Maybe he's only was in the league still because of Steph. Then he found a stride. Now, he's that guy. I could depend on Seth now. He's a solid player, and his jumper's picking up. Like, well, as far as off the ball shooting and dribbling, he could do a lot more now versus just catch and shoot. Right. So, yeah.
And to answer one of the comments, what I think happened in Buckeyes against Maryland is I think that was, on the road again.
What happened with the Maryland?
They're playing some makeup games and some cancellation.
Definitely.
Like COVID a couple months ago, so the schedule's just getting tight. They're playing a lot of basketball in a short 2-3 weeks. The beauty of college basketball is anybody can beat anybody on any given day.
Oh, yeah.
Going into somebody else's house, home court advantage. And also, Malachi Branham fell a little bit flat. E.J. Liddell didn't pick up the scoring, and when Malachi Branham doesn't fill it up with like 15, 20, it makes it a little bit tougher on some of the other guys. And he's been hot lately. Branham has. He's been averaging like 23 over the last 2 weeks, I think. So it's just one of those tough things. Used everything they had against Illinois Thursday night. Got to go on the road into a tough house. Maryland's been feeling themselves. So hopefully get the loss out of the way, close the regular season out with 3 wins, and roll into the tournament on a hot streak is my answer to that. So
double down on what he said. Go Bucks.
There you go. I briefly want to touch on the NHL, since we were down at the Ice House yesterday. The cool thing about the Ice House at Nationwide Arena is that rink's right next door, and then behind us, CBJ and the Pittsburgh Penguins were getting ready to roll. Our program director, Adam Dell, was working for the Blue Jackets last night, so he was running camera action for them, which is always cool. But, a little bit of insider information, CBJ is like 2 games back of the playoff hunt. But I think they're going to miss that wild card from what some people have said they just don't have. There's a little bit of team chemistry, but they're sort of just in that middle ground. And there would need to be a fairly significant kind of push or blend in chemistry, and for the guys to just pick it up for them to kind of crawl back and get into the wild card. Even if, it's not unlikely.
How many games is left?
Let's see. They have played 53 games played in an 82-game season, so they got just under 30, so about 2 months left. So a lot of hockey left. CBJs didn't make any moves at the trade deadline. They sort of just been kind of hanging around this middle ground. So
I know at the beginning of the season, I remember looking into them and doing a story about them, that they were a new team, or not new team, excuse me, but like a newer roster. They had a bunch of new guys coming in. So with them even being this close in the playoffs, or to the playoffs,
too.
I mean, it can only say good things. You got a young team that's still pushing towards that momentum shift of becoming a better team. But look at their, I don't, of course, do a lot.
They was just in the Stanley Cup a couple years ago, weren't they?
Not even close, buddy.
No.
I don't think they've ever advanced past the first round of the playoffs, if I remember right. But yeah, you mentioned the roster. They've kind of pieced together and picked up some older veterans from a few teams, and then mixed with some youth they're trying to develop here from. They've got a few locals from Columbus. I know Roslovic is at least one of them, so kind of a little piecemeal. Maybe they don't have all that chemistry together yet, but hey, you never know.
2 games below 500.
Right. Get hot at the right time is all you need to do. So, but in terms of points, CBJ's got 55 points on the season. And your wild card teams are already at, 60, 65. So, definitely need a little room to make up. In that goalie category, goals against, 193. Almost leads the entire Eastern Conference. Second in the Eastern Conference in goals allowed, so. But anyway, it's cool working down there at Nationwide, and, it's always good to have CBJ Penguins in town. Excitement. All that going on, so definitely need to catch a game before the end of the season. All right, a little bit of hockey. My Avalanche leading the Western Division. Odds-on favorite to win the Stanley Cup at the moment, just like they were last year, but they've gotten bounced in the second round the last 3 years in a row. Need to get physical for playoff time. So
hockey's physical all year round, man.
Dude, right?
How much more have a finesse hockey team?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, just built off speed.
Yep, and that's the Avalanche. They're one of the fastest teams, puck handling, passing, all of those things. They
they got a Tyreek Hill on ice.
Yeah, basically. And that's one of those things that's just like the NBA. During the regular season, they don't call fouls. There's no defense, none of that. I mean, it's not quite like that, but come playoff time in the NHL, man, it's just bully ball. It's physical. It's just beat them up, slow it down, which is what's happened to the Avs the last 3 years.
That's what I'm worried about my Chicago Bulls.
Their speed, their talent, all those things kind of get neutralized in a more that kind of condensed time frame. So we'll see if they can put it together this year. They made some moves in the offseason, so all will be revealed.
Right now they only got 10 losses, 39-10.
Yep.
They're looking like the Suns.
Yeah, 82 points. They got a 4-point lead on the next closest, which would be the Hurricanes. Excuse me. So anyway, a little bit of hockey. I like hockey a lot, so we've got, we'll pick up on hockey as we get into playoffs. NBA and NHL playoffs start right about that third week in April, and then go for a good 2 months. We'll have lots to cover there.
Yep. After March Madness.
Yep.
Keep on rolling.
So NHL, and what I want to talk about is the USFL. So
that's probably where not Christian McCaffrey. What's dude's? What McCaffrey's the Michigan quarterback?
McNamara?
Nah, the backup is McCaffrey though.
Is that what it is?
In the USF too.
Weren't they? Because they were running. Michigan was running like 2 QBs, or was that Patterson? Because they'd have McNamara was running like the whole time, and then they'd bring in.
No, they bring him
some speedster.
The Christian McCaffrey's little brother. I can't think of his first name though. He's the dude that was fumbling.
He's a former Nebraska.
He fumbled twice in the Michigan State game.
All right, we'll look it up. But anyway, USFL, Dylan Luke. All right. I'm not sure what we're talking about. He's a transfer. Anyway, all right, check this out. Here is...
Because I brought up somebody else.
All right, so first off, here's the introduction. And we're going to have to pick teams. All right, so there's your intro to the USFL. There are 8 teams in the league. The Michigan Panthers. Let's see. Who are the Bandits?
Dallas got a team.
Houston's got... So we're going to have to... We'll have to pick our favorite team. We'll have to become fans. So your 8 teams in the United States Football League, which starts, I think, a couple months. They just had their draft on Monday. So you've got 8 teams to choose from. The Michigan Panthers, the Tampa Bay Bandits, the Philadelphia Stars, the New Jersey Generals, the Houston Gamblers, Birmingham Stallions, the Pittsburgh Maulers, and the New Orleans Breakers. So, I'm going to give you some information, and by the end of the show, we'll have to have a favorite team.
I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Bandits, man.
You going to be a Bandits fan?
I'm going to be a Bandits fan.
You lock it? Is that your final answer?
It's going to probably...
That's fine. The teams. Who's on the team?
I was going to say, that's it.
You just going off a name, man.
Dude, you won't know any. We'll play that game.
Yeah.
How many
Why
people
not?
on this roster you
Why
familiar with?
not?
All right, so there's your teams, and for whoever's out there, if you want to follow them on social media, fire away. Go ahead. All right, here's how the draft works. It is weird.
Paxton Lynch is on one of these teams.
I saw that.
He's the only QB I can name. All right, in the USFL, since they're just starting this league, they've got 8 teams. They did the draft a little differently. So, like, round 1 is just quarterbacks. Rounds 2 through 4 are just defensive ends.
Wow, their website isn't ready yet.
Yeah, so that... What, the Tampa Bay Bandits?
Still under construction.
The USFL site in general.
That's funny.
Antonio Brown says he's already turned down.
We are in the process of preserving USFL video more than 3.5 decades. 3.5 decades, so 35
Here's if you go to
years.
USFL, it's a Japanese website. All right. So what they, since they're building these teams, they have to fill a complete roster. So they did their draft by position. Quarterbacks first, DNs. You can see it right there. QBs, receivers, etc. So a little different take on that.
So this is an extended draft. It's like day 1. They haven't got to the rest of the draft yet.
No, they did. They split that into 2 days. So it's over. I think rounds 1 through 12 were day 1, and I think 13 through 35 were day 2. If I remember right. Round 1 through 12. So they've got complete rosters, but
they value DN second.
DN and edge rusher, I guess. Yep. Like
quarterback, of course, is king. Then DN, D tackle.
Yep. You fill your defensive line, you fill your offensive line, defensive back. You know, who knows how they pick this stuff, but center its own round, kicker, punter, team. So anyway, I thought that was just, I don't know, a little different, kind of interesting.
You show me the notable names, and I'll be able to pick the team. But like I said, Michigan Panthers, they got Paxton Lynch, and they got your first-round pick.
There's your first, Shea Patterson. We'll show that. I got a clip of. So here's your first round.
Cool.
Here's the first 8 teams. There's Panthers, Bandits, Stars, Generals. There's your draft order.
Bandits had the second pick.
I got
Bandits.
And we're going to roll this clip of. It's just the first round.
But
it's
not what you think, man. It's not like the second round, or it's not like the second pick is really going to get you the second best player.
Right.
I mean, that second pick could still be the best pick. It's all depends on how you pick it.
Second best quarterback.
Right.
But just because he was picked second doesn't mean he's second best.
Right.
First best could be a bust, like Patrick
right.
Lynch was.
Yeah. All right. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Hi, I'm Brad Keselowski, NASCAR driver and team owner. And it's my honor to represent my home state of Michigan and proudly announce with the first pick of the 2022 USFL Draft, the Michigan Panthers select quarterback Shea Patterson. Great to have Shea representing Michigan again on the football field.
All right, so on
Go
the tape,
Panthers.
look at the roster. I thought that was just kind of funny having Brad Keselowski announce the first pick. Shea Patterson. You should have some volume.
Why, hello. I am Biggie, and as a Tampa native, it is my distinct honor and pleasure to announce to you that with the second pick of the 2022 USFL Draft, my hometown team, the Tampa Bay Bandits, select quarterback Jordan Te'amu! Congrats to you, Jordan, and Coach Haley. Let's go, Bandits!
Biggie, the Tampa Bay legend, apparently. Yeah, Jordan Te'amu.
Hi, this is Jimmy Rollins.
Running back.
And I have the honor to represent the city of Philadelphia for 15 years.
Ain't that the dude Dobbins replaced?
So it's my honor to announce
because,
third overall pick,
Master
Philadelphia Stars
so
select
I think that's what Dobbins
quarterback
pretty much.
Brian Scott. Congrats, Brian, and welcome to the Stars.
I like Webb. He went over a bit.
Fourth
But that's
pick
because I'm
in the
I had trouble
USFL
naming
Draft,
any of these.
the New Jersey General.
Ryan Allen.
I'm looking for.
You're right.
Hey, the Tampa Bay Bandits coach is Todd Haley.
Yeah, I heard that.
So yeah, man, I'm definitely going with Tampa. Todd Haley, the dude that got into the argument with Big Ben. So man.
See, I think I'm going to take the Houston Gamblers just because I like gambling.
Well, I'm not going
Oh,
to tell
it
you
ended.
why I
Dang
chose the
Hi, I'm Brad
Bandits.
Keselowski, NASCAR driver.
All right, well, we got half of it. Pretty entertaining, though.
If I want to go Birmingham Stallions or might roll with Jersey, man.
Oh man, it's Black History Month. That should make you go with Birmingham.
That's what I was telling you.
It's the last day of Black History
Right.
Month. Which we might get to our Black History heroes later.
Make sure I have my
If we
festive
got
shirt
enough
on for the
time.
day.
Yeah, good work. You decide who you're going to take? You don't know yet.
Out of USFL,
There's a question in the chat.
You got to look at. All right, pull it up.
I'm gonna go with just.
You thinking Birmingham?
Tough, man.
Who wants what?
Gotta look and see the front of the roster first.
I think he means how.
Right. How's the XFL partnering with the NFL?
Same way the XFL did. Same way. What other leagues did you have from the NFL or from?
The XFL was not the Rocks League.
Yeah, Vince McMahon. I think if you have the type of player that can come out and shine there, they're going to get at least a look for a practice squad player.
According to an NFL press release, learning and innovation around health and player protection will be a principal area of focus, with the XFL working with the NFL on forward-thinking physical and mental fitness programs.
What about USFL?
Studying. Well, the question was, how do you feel about the partnership of the XFL with the NFL? So I had to look up what the hell they were doing. And they're using the XFL basically as a study ground for CTE, turf, knee shredding, things is basically what I'm getting
prototype type guys.
Right, so just put a bunch of pawns in the XFL and beat each other
Crash
up.
Test dummies.
Yeah, exactly. Crash test dummies and then study what happens. So,
yeah, they're trying to abolish all turf anyway.
Seems like window dressing maybe to say by the NFL to say, yeah, we're concerned about player safety and we want to keep our players healthy and blah blah blah, which they don't. But you got to put something out there to. What do you mean by that? Ball is ball.
Ball is ball. I say that by no matter if it's the XFL, USFL, NFL, the Canadian League, any of these football leagues that's underneath the NFL, you're still getting the opportunity to play a game that's still just a game. And if you still have the talent to go out there to showcase your talents, and I say go by any means necessary. I tried out for a pro team here, the Indoor Football League, made that team. It's a whole long story that I'm not going to go into right now, but I say shoot your shot. So I give all props to the USFL, the XFL. Right. Those guys keep chasing your dream, man. Never stop until you actually get to where you're looking for. So there you go. Stay healthy and keep grinding.
If you're good enough and you got that passion, it don't matter, man. If you still got it, no matter what level, whether if that's the level you was able to make it to, or if that's the level you not falling to, but because some of them are players who couldn't quite keep it up in the league or maintain in the league. But man, football's football, man. So that's where your heart's at.
And players, players know what they're getting into nowadays.
Yeah,
the risks are, it's all public information. You know what you're getting into. But on the other hand, as a business, as an employer, it's the business's duties to, do their best to try and protect players. So it's a little bit of that, catch-22 goes both ways.
I know a lot of those guys that was in the G League. I don't know where we are as far as where the CDC is saying where COVID is these days. It's kind of left the media or left the news. But those guys that were in the G League, when they were coming down, certain people in the NBA were getting COVID. They were having those G League players be able to come up and actually be able to play. So it's the lower tier teams or lower tier organizations. Like USFL, you can be still a pipeline, or XFL be a pipeline to the NFL. Yeah. So you can't look at these guys and say, oh, they didn't make it in the NFL. They never made it to a practice squad. They still have a chance. Obviously, they got picked up for a reason. So I would take a look at these games. I don't know exactly. Of course, they're not going to play during NFL season. Probably going to be sometime in the spring.
They should, though. It's spring football.
USFL starts.
Wouldn't it be easier to pull them up
April
if the season was live during the NFL season?
You can't compete with the NFL.
But they're not in competition, though. I mean, they're their whole subsidiary thing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where, and that's, everybody's going to compare, like, well, this isn't the NFL, so why would I watch it? And that's, you just got to understand that.
Unless if it's really about viewership, then no, don't do it during the same time. But if it's because of, like, a team like the Ravens, who was banged up, either injuries or, like, they got hit with COVID a lot of the players.
Right.
If it was during the same season, somebody balling, it could pull them up quicker.
April 16th is when the USFL starts. So, this might be G League, Development League. It's one of those off-seasons.
It'll start probably right before training camp and stuff.
So you'll see players, definitely jump up and jump in. But
was that 8 teams total?
There's so many.
So it might be at least 8 games, obviously. Maybe 7 to 10 or something.
Think how many. There's just there's so many college athletes out there, and the NFL is as big as the NFL is. It's a very, 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 very small portion of all of those football players that through D1, D2, D3. So There's a lot of athletes out there. I mean, G League, Development League, all those other kinds of things with opportunities for them. So, yeah, it ain't going to be the NFL. It's something totally different. But it's a great opportunity for a bunch of these athletes to go out and, see if they can make a good product, something that, it's just another avenue. So, whether or not it's trying to compete with the NFL, you got to start somewhere. And that's how businesses work. You think there can't be any competition for Google, Facebook, whatever, somebody's got to come in and try and do something. So, we'll just see. I think I'm going to root for the Houston Gamblers. I better find the roster. So.
Yeah, like I said, I'll take Birmingham, man. See what happens.
My head coach is Todd Haley.
It's going to be kind of hard coming off the Super Bowl type season where I'm expected to right now. I'm expecting Super Bowl and higher type stuff right now, but.
You got high hopes for the Birmingham Stallions then, all right.
They got to at least be a runner-up.
Okay. I like it. Houston Gamblers. I don't see any. Yeah, I was rolling through. Like I recognized Paxton Lynch's name for Michigan. I was like, yeah. But anyway. All right. So a little bit USFL stuff that's coming up. They start April 16th. From Memphis. Yeah, that's where he played ball, but
yeah, he did play for him.
He played for Denver. 22nd pick overall, man. What a waste. All right.
That's that man.
John Elway?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good choice, John. All right. Let's finish up with some NBA. Jared, what's been going on?
Here's their roster.
All I saw yesterday was Harden has a triple-double, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, him and Embiid kind of got it in last night. Bought pretty good.
I mean, I would like it look good right now, but they ain't play nobody to really test nobody. A team that's 10 games under 500 in the Knicks.
True.
And a play-in tournament team in the Timberwolves, but they didn't. The Timberwolves didn't really show up that game. They couldn't really do nothing though. Every time they get close, the Sixers kept getting it away. Now Embiid.
Embiid?
Yeah, MVP Embiid.
You are on that train. Is he still the MVP?
Man, he's still nothing's changed. Now they just got that set outside shooter. They just got and James Harden, but nothing's changed. Embiid is still doing his thing. He's still controlling the game. He had 40 the other night, 34 against the Timberwolves.
I'll have to pull it up and see.
So I'm about to pull up right now. And now the Sixers look good. Tobias Harris always got to find his role, but he always do. He always has.
That's what he is. He's just a role player.
He's just a.
Not just a role player.
Him as your second main scorer isn't really the best option.
Oh no, Jared! The Bulls are down 8 with 6 left in the first.
We got
Miami.
Oh, we got Miami tonight. See, we gotta beat them dudes. We're like I want to say
that's what we need on the TV, man. We need to have Bulls and Heat on.
Yeah, matter of fact, I might have to watch some of that game live. But we could get to the Bulls in a second. But the Sixers do look good. They got some tough games coming up. Where is my? No, forget the Facebook. Let me just go to the whole thing. There you go.
You need some numbers.
Yeah, but I got this stupid thing on my screen. Where's it at? What the heck? Why's my app like this?
It's now or never in the NBA now. It's getting time for that playoff race is starting to heat up, and as we already see, LA, they still at number 9.
You're right. They're still
no matter how bad they are.
Somehow.
Yeah.
And that's all I saw today was good. And that's, frankly, they just don't. The Lakers don't care. They're just out there cashing checks. They have no interest in winning games, it looks like. They're just loafing around. Russell Westbrook. Hey, Russ, you concerned? What? No, I ain't taking this home with me, man. I'm going to play with my kids. He just shows up, cashes a check, and gets out, man. They do not care.
Yeah, he said they booing me. They could take their ass home.
Yeah.
he said, you think I'm getting booed when I go into the house? No, I did just see a video. The kids was all excited. The dad coming home. Not the Russell Westbrook or nothing, but I just seen a little Facebook meme. My dad coming home, and the kids was just turned. Dad's in the house. Dad's home. So I guess that's what's going on in Russell Westbrook home. But when he come into the now crypto center, yeah, it's boo. They trash. But anyway, back to the Sixers. Yeah, now James Harden, he had 29 points, 10 rebounds, 16 assists, 8 for 14. He's looking good, man. He's already, I seen the meme, he already made more threes.
With the Sixers than
than Ben Simmons did his whole career. So, I mean, it is what it is. That's not why he looked like Monte Ellis. Hey, yo, how does it feel to see Steph win them championships?
This guy is sick.
Oh my goodness! I mean, it's on the topic of basketball. See, it's all here, but he do look like Monte. He look like
that one.
Yeah, he looked pissed. He looked just like when they say, "Oh, y'all gonna keep Steph for real?" He looked just like y'all gonna keep Steph.
Y'all could only see what this guy is talking about, man.
Oh, don't make eye contact with me, bro.
Anyways.
Don't be gay here.
So we gonna go over this. Let's go over the bubble team real quick. While we got the play-in, they call it the play-in games. So at number 10, you got the Hawks. They will be playing the Raptors. This is playoff starts real soon in the NBA.
Man.
So you start with the play-in games. Got the Raptors going to be taking on the Atlanta Hawks. Brooklyn will be taking on the Hornets. Now, I don't know who had the Hornets ranked so high, but I'm pretty sure not a lot of people in America probably had these guys in the play-in games, at least at number 8. But all this is subject to change. You know, KD's going to be coming back real soon. I think they say he can be cleared up until next week.
Yeah.
So look forward to him coming back, and Ben should be right on the same wavelength. I don't know if you seen anything about them releasing him soon?
It's the correct one. Yeah, it's the correct one. No, the thing about Ben Simmons is he's still having back tightness, back soreness in his back. He's got to get it stretched out.
So he does have a real injury. It's not just about his mental.
You know, that's debatable. The injury, you know, people fake injuries hard. And, you know, that's, you know, allegedly. But I don't know if this is mental. I think he looked like he on the sideline shining with all them diamonds on. He got the rings, got the little chains on, doing his thing. Over there cheering his teammates on. He look good. You're just gonna have to see what it looked like when he's on the court. But this look cute for now. Because of the Brooklyn Nets is definitely gonna get back higher. They're only 2 games back from the 6th spot, and well, the thing is, Boston has caught Brooklyn while they've been banged up, so I think Boston might have some head-to-head. I know they beat them twice since KD's gone down, but the Nets been struggling. But the Nets ain't gonna be here at the 8th seed all year. But if I wouldn't want to play at 8th seed the Nets at all. So that's the one time I wouldn't want my Bulls to get the 1 seed, or the Bulls to get the 1 seed, because they're coming back and they're gonna be healthy. They got the nice role players. They traded Harden. They got the role players back that they had to give up for Harden. So instead they got their extra pieces, and when Ben Simmons is able to play, we'll see how far they can go. Now Philly looks good. But like I said, they ain't played nobody. I was trying to pull up their schedule.
Sixers. Riddle me this one real quick, though. I see that Cavs team at the number 4 seed. Are they for real?
No.
They fool's gold?
They're a playoff team. Are they for real as in contenders? No.
How deep in the playoff can they go? 4 against 5 right now. That puts them up against Milwaukee first round.
So next, if they play Milwaukee, there might be a sweep, gentleman's sweep.
The Cavs will sweep the Bucks.
Yeah, no, not even close. You know what I meant. I definitely think the Milwaukee Bucks will gentlemen sweep the Cavs. The Cavs are just happy to be here. Like, nobody's seen the Cavs being this exciting team. Now they're on a 1-game win streak, 6-4 in their last 10. Cleveland will want somebody like Boston, Toronto in these first.
Cleveland is the Cincinnati of the NBA this year.
How about no? The Cincinnati of the NBA might be the Memphis Grizzlies. Cleveland is just.
I like that one even better.
Yeah, Cleveland is just the Cavs. Hey, shout out to the Cavs for getting here. They're looking they built a nice squad. I like this rebuild post LeBron better than the first rebuild post LeBron. Now, obviously, they had Kyrie, they had the Tristan Thompson, which he's now a Chicago Bull, but
Tristan,
Deion Waiters. Who else was in that? Of course, Anthony Bennett. Now, people want to say Zion and Greg Oden's a bust. I think people who get injured aren't necessarily bust. Now, if injury's your thing, but we kind of seen what the productivity could have been if you didn't get injured. Like, we wouldn't call Brandon Roy a bust. I mean, maybe he got he played longer. He played more than a Zion or Greg Oden, but I think what Zion and Greg Oden brought to the table was definitely way more than what Anthony Bennett ever brought, and injury was never his downfall. He just bad pick. But anyway, yeah, the Cavs rebuild post LeBron this time is definitely way better. I like everything they're doing. They're a long team. They're long and lanky. Now, a team like the Bucks, they're not ready for no 7-game series with Giannis. They're too young. They'd be banged up. Like they wouldn't want to. The Cavs wouldn't want to face the Heat, the Bucks, or the Nets.
Top 3.
Now the Cavs might want to be able to. The Cavs or the Sixers. The Cavs might not be afraid of a Chicago. But Chicago, there's no way we'd be able to play the Cavs first round. There's no way. Unless the Bulls somehow drop to 4, the Cavs drop to 5 or something, because depending on how these teams wake up. They keep saying the Bucks are sleepwalking through the season. But the Cavs will want to face like a Charlotte, Atlanta, Toronto, Boston. I'll get a Cavs chances if they got a team like them. But if they play the real contenders of the East, I don't think so. They don't stand a chance. They might. I think they could push the Bulls to 6 or 7, but I think with the veteran leadership, the Bulls might be able to get it done in that series. And that's taking my fandom out of it. But besides the Bulls, which is the only debatable, the Cavs will definitely want Boston, Toronto, Charlotte, any of these other teams. Miami, Philly, Milwaukee, Cleveland should stay away from.
I still think it's so much basketball still to be played. We're at right now like game 60 almost, so which means it's still like 22 games to be played.
About 2 months left.
So I wouldn't count any chickens before they hatch, man, because like I said, once that beast Kev come back, an easy sniper gonna come back looking how he always does when he's coming back. So expect them.
I hope
to
you mean
back up.
Kevin Durant, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm about to say, we was talking about Kevin Love. You said
I said an easy sniper.
Okay, I'm just making
sure.
That's also
kind of our job, like, as sports analysts or whatever this is, it's the idea to put the chicken before the egg. Like, that's what sports broadcasting news is just whatever happens today, you make that bold statement as if it is like right now.
Could you pick a solid pick a champion right now? Could you really pick someone?
Sure.
Who?
I'm not
out of the
thinking
NBA
this
right now. I'll take the Warriors.
That's looking like the for sure solid pick.
But they did just blow a big lead yesterday.
That don't count, man.
They're 5-5 in their last 10.
Yeah,
but all right, Monte.
Steve Kerr, Steph Curry.
He said Steve Murray. Nah, we just see Monte Ellis was in the building.
But I mean, that's pick a winner: Steve Kerr, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson. Boom, there you go. There's your shit.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm just generally saying like that's.
I like that.
In the business of what we're doing right here.
I think the East is so. They say the East isn't open. Philly's the new dark horse now because of the trade. A lot of people are picking Milwaukee because that's the safe pick. I think you got guys like me still holding out for Kevin Durant. Even up under this, I got my Kyrie gear on. My boy did just have 38 against the defending champs last night.
And then you got Heat fans, all Southeast.
Right.
Yeah.
There just gotta be.
It's just something about the culture down there. My boy Jimmy Buckets is on one. They're back healthy. They're gonna be fighting. It's gonna be hard. They got the 1 seed right now.
Way under the radar.
Nobody's been talking about.
Especially nationwide, national news. Nobody's talking about it.
Cause they're still talking about.
Folks on LeBron and Aaron Rodgers who have nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, the talk of the town. The Rodgers. Yeah, the Lakers is getting all the talk. Look, of course, LeBron does dominate the headlines. That's what he does. The king dominates the headlines. They're being talked about right now. What's the topic of the discussion? Will he play with his son? Yeah, right. He's at odds. He's at odds with Rob Pelinka, like stuff like that. So they talking about how he sending shots with the giving Sam Presti love. What else he do? What's my man's name from the Rams? F them picks. Sam Steed, Willie Sneed. No, what's his name? Something Steed, the dude from the GM from the Rams. F them picks, that dude. But yeah, because the Lakers didn't make no moves. It is what it is, man.
All right. Well, just a few minutes left. Closing arguments. You got anything? Predictions.
If hopefully,
why don't we take that back? It's not the Warriors. Jamal Murray's coming back. The Nuggets are winning the Western Conference.
the Murray and Porter is coming back, and that's just another first round exit. But right now, they be playing Memphis.
Memphis hot.
That's what I want. I mean,
Jamal Murray been out for a while. I don't know if Jamal want to see Ja right now.
Jamal coming back though.
Yeah, he's definitely coming back. The reports came out today.
It's been 2 years.
He got injured in the bubble. I want to say. Yeah. Oh no, not in the bubble. It was the beginning.
Exactly
like November when the season started on Christmas. Yeah, January. Yeah.
Like 12 months ago.
Yeah, so he been out for a while, but
I was gonna say, John Morant is the best thing going in the NBA right now.
Yeah, but my man don't.
Exciting athlete to watch.
But he don't want to enter the dunk contest. That's getting on my nerves.
That's not. But what I'm saying is,
he definitely is.
The most exciting player in the NBA.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be one of my favorite players once all these guys are gone. Once all the KDs and them are gone, yeah, I like Ja.
I think I'm gonna roll with them as we was saying who gonna win the title. Might as well just roll with them, man.
Nah, they definitely not winning the title.
I know that, but I just want to see. I'm gonna ride with them on that Cinderella horse, Cinderella carriage.
I was listening to the Undisputed B Squad tell me how the Lakers could still win the title.
Last April, on April 12th, Murray made his return to action after missing games, suffered a non-contact injury on a fast break, so not even a year ago. 10 months ago. April 12th. Just going into the playoffs because they were rolling.
Yeah.
Before that, so. Anyway, Nuggets been playing well. John Morant is the most exciting player in the NBA. That's what I'll close with. His jersey.
So did the Lakers make the play-in?
The Lakers do make the play-in, man. I think eventually. I don't know how you look at their roster and you see
blind hope.
No, I'm
for the blind witnesses.
I'm about to tell you. You look at their roster, you see their body of work, and I believe eventually something is going to click.
Their body of work says 6 games below 500. Huh? Their body of work says 6 games below 500.
I'm saying their roster, what their resume says, the names they have on this roster, and I know they're the geriatric league right now. They're the old guys, the YMCA picks. But, I mean, it's still a LeBron James-led team. In year 19, yeah, it's hard to continue to have faith, but that team, until you put the last nail in the casket, I can't count those boys out.
Oh, they're dead.
They call the family ain't looking good, dead. Man.
They're dead. No, they're dead, man.
You're right, Jared, but I think, Will, you're right.
It's an LA team. It's Hollywood. I think sometimes the narrative is still written, and they still allow these boys to play.
Yeah, the narrative was written, and this time,
yes,
the narrative was written, and this time they were written out.
I can't cast them out yet.
I'm rooting for the Caps though. They got Dean Wade, who's a former Kansas State basketball player, and I like Roy Martin.
Man, forget Lowry. He should be a bull. He was just mad because of his playing time. Like, bro, come on, fam. This roster that they put together, he would have been perfect for this team. He would have been perfect for this team. But shout out to Larry Marketing. It's not F him. I like him, but it just he didn't work. He was, the games he was able to play for us, he was straight, but he was always hurt. A knee, shoulder, wrist. Him and Wendell Carter, between them two, just injured. Like, yeah, man. And I don't even think he's dealing with injuries this year. Yeah. I know. One time I seen he was starting small forward at 7 foot. So, well, yeah. But no, the Lakers is. You got the Clippers. We all know the LA Clippers is the best team in LA right now.
Yeah, whenever Kawhi
they're above 500,
he ever show back up. I mean,
that's the crazy thing. They don't even
playing on the season, correct?
No, well, PG did.
PG did, but not
early
Kawhi.
On. He played early on. Nah, Paul George played early on, but Kawhi been out since the playoffs, since Ingles took him out.
Bulls are down 9 at the end of the quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way it is. They ain't down 25. So.
I mean, we still waiting for our guys to come back. We still waiting on Lonzo, Alex Caruso, and Pat Williams. Like we still injured in key areas. So our two starting guards could actually go to the bench because they're not starters. They're nice little pieces to have on your team. Kobe White is a nice spark plug. I don't want him to be starting. Him cheesing. Yeah, we got to investigate this James Harden and his fat suit. we got to investigate what's going on with that, man.
That game.
Well, I'll close it up before we end up going off with this last day of Black History Month, man.
Oh, yeah.
With everybody still having a little bit of time to celebrate Black History Month. My shirt reads, if you haven't read it, I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. And with me being a avid dreamer, I believe in the dream team, and you can actually achieve whatever you believe in. So as a strong black man, I continue to encourage each other, encourage yourself, believe in yourself, and continue to spread peace. This world is not what I would like it to be, but I do see a better day. I listened to the man Martin Luther King Jr., who once said that whites and blacks can be one eventually. And once we stop having these color barriers and an eye for an eye type thing can leave this whole entire nation blind. But if we look through the lenses of a new eye, it can become better. So just continue to motivate each other, continue to believe in one another, and, stay strong. So.
Hey, we got to stop killing each other. We got to stop being our own worst enemy. Stop shooting ourselves in the foot and stop shooting ourselves in the backs. Like, we got to stand strong as a community. Like, that's what it really come down to. And then maybe one day everybody could just see what's in everybody's heart. And if you ain't got it in your heart, you ain't got it in your heart. I don't see color. I don't look at it that way. It depends on if you're a good dude, you're a good dude. If you're a good woman, you're a good woman. Look, we all need to strive for greatness, like the king would say. Did you have a Black History person? No. Any recommendations? Shout out.
I mean, I'll let y'all know. I know y'all had actual, but it would be MLK. Like I said, I'm a real life dreamer. I've literally lived my dreams on more than one occasion. Why not Meek Mill? Because I do. He's like the new Meek or the new MLK. That's the third. Well, not even the third. I know what you're going with this. Meek is a dream chaser too, but he does look a lot like MLK. So. It will be Stuart Scott, 100% sure.
Oh yeah, Stuart Scott.
I used to watch
Stuart.
The
ESPN shop and was
Cooler Than the Other Side of the Pillow and all that stuff. R.I.P. man.
That little lazy eye he had.
Literally the reason why I got into play-by-play, and I used to want to be the reporter side, but it was definitely Stu that inspired me. So.
Yes, he was definitely one of my favorites. Rest in peace, Stuart Scott. He was one of my favorites. My guy was Deion Primetime Sanders. Just because I was blown away by, Deion was a former Columbus Clipper, and I was like, whoa, I never knew that. I never knew that. Out of all the things I did know about the all-time great, I did not know that he was a Columbus Clipper. Let me see. Do I got my stats here? Yeah, 7 years in the minor leagues. He played for the Columbus Clippers. Of course, he played for he was a dual athlete. Played for the Yankees. He played for the Cincinnati Reds. He played for the Braves, of course. He had some of the career stretch from 1989 to 2001. He played in 641 games despite not playing in 96, 98, 99, and 2000. Yeah, he played for, like I said, he played for the Yankees, Braves, Reds, and the Giants. He finished with 186 stolen bases, which will rank 20th. You can take that picture down, Ryan. He was ranked 20th among active players today, like people like Mike Trout. Sanders, however, would be able to be ahead of people like Andrew McCutchen and Matt Kemp. And that's just his baseball career. Of course, he really didn't tackle people, which I looking up his history, he only tackled people his last 2 years in the NFL, his entire career, which was at the Ravens. He got 35 total tackles, and his most tackles came in the last year of his career. Of course, but what he known for, 53 interceptions, 9 touchdowns, 1,300 yards, and that's interception yards. 60 career receptions, 784 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3,523 kick return yards, 3 touchdowns. His career long was 2,199 punt return yards, 6 touchdowns. Like this man, what could Deion Sanders not do when the man was prime time, bringing the swag, bringing the dancing, arguably the best football player ever, and of course I'm gonna say GOAT Tom Brady, but Deion Sanders is definitely top 5 right there. Undisputed GOAT cornerback. Lock down some of the greatest receivers. Battle with Michael Irvin. Battle with Jerry Rice. Battle with the best. Hired hitman for the Niners and the Cowboys in the 90s. Got both of them teams championships. He was literally the reason why both teams got over the hump. Deion Sanders is that dude. And he just got the #1 cornerback in the nation at HBCU at Jackson State University. They did lose their bowl game, but I believe they went 13-2. Or 11-2, or some like that. The record wasn't that bad. Great, phenomenal, and also got a top 5 receiver, I want to say. So, Deion Sanders is truly one of the best ever. So, yeah, that's my Black History hero.
Deion, an icon.
Oh, I mean, I mean Randy Moss.
Oh, yeah.
But only Randy.
But Deion, but I wanted my guy
prime
was
time, Neon Deion.
Yeah, man.
2-sport athlete, high step, the celebration before Chad. I was a huge Deion fan growing up. I ended up running track and playing baseball my senior year to try to imitate the 2-sport, jumping from one side of the track to the other.
Even a GOAT in college, too. 2-time unanimous All-American Thorpe winner at Florida State. 14 career interceptions with the Seminoles, and he remains tied for 3rd all time in school history. Who is he tied with? No one other than ESPN College Game Day analyst Lee Corso.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, gang, we got the buzzer. That's our word. He's out of here.
Oh, yeah.
My guy, my most significant African-American man of influence, Ludacris.
Sticky, icky, ooh, ooh.
He's the man.
Sticky, icky.
He's also a good dude.
Man.
Big, huge in the community in Atlanta. Actually, Will, you got kids. He's got Karma's World. He's got an animated children's cartoon with his daughter.
I believe we watched everything.
It's pretty cool. So, yeah, I just like Ludacris. I think always loved his music growing up. And white kid in the middle of the whitest place in the world, western Nebraska. But
one of the most unorthodox rap styles, but an all-time great. And he smoked Nelly in his versus battle.
So, hey, just cool.
That's just on the rap side.
Just somebody to look
Fast
up
and
to.
Furious.
Yeah,
man.
He helped me with my road rage by having that one song, Move.
Move, baby.
Move, chick. Get out the way.
It's all about the whistles.
Oh, no. Voice out.
We can keep going, but we got to get out of here.
Shout out Luda.
Hey, real quick, make sure you tune in tomorrow on the TKDS Network, I'll be calling the game. Number 3 Edison State versus number 6 Clark. That's going to be the Ohio Community College Athletic Conference, the Division II Junior College. Playoffs is starting tomorrow. Tournament is starting tomorrow. So check it out. Right again, that's the TKDS Network.
Oh, holla. Yep.
A lot more work coming from them guys. And, of course, here on the Score on Air Network, got a lot more work coming.
Yep.
Hardest working men in America. Make sure you continue to follow us, shout us out, share this for us, and appreciate everybody for tuning in.
For sure.
All right. For love. We out of here.
Where is it?
Paper toss.
Ooh, man, you looking like Baker. Oh, you see me and I hit that thing. Acha! Yeah. Straight Carson Palmer.
Snap.
We'll close with Brad Keselowski. I'm Brad.